From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Friday Night Football.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another week of Friday Night Football. The regular season winding down and the games getting even more important. Undefeated Mountain View has already won the Foothills division and clinched a spot in next week's SIC title game. As for who they will face, that would be decided tonight. 6-1 Rocky Mountain hosting 5-2 Meridian. The Warriors needing to beat the Grizz by at least 8 points tonight. Otherwise, Rocky will face Mountain View in next week's conference title game. Let's get right to the highlights. Beautiful night out there in late October for some football. Can't beat Friday Night Football. Pick things up late in the first half. Rocky Mountain driving here, not for long. Tegan Sweeney over the middle. Warriors Tristan Martinez tips it. Nathan Reynolds, Johnny on the spot, coming down with the interception, fellas. That's why you do the tip drill in practice. Warriors capitalize on the TO. Malachi Martinez dropping a dime right there. That was a thing of beauty to Quentin Riley right in his breadbasket. Hauls it in for the tutty. However, the PAT would be blocked. So Rocky still ahead 14-13 right before halftime. The Grizz adding to that lead here. This is Dawson Anderson with the field goal, and Rocky takes a 17-13 lead into halftime. On to the second half we go. Grizz driving again in the red zone on fourth down, moving the chains there. Sweeney connects with Luke Hanchett. What a grab from Big Luke for the conversion to move the sticks. It pays off. A few plays later, pay dirt here. Tegan to Tegan. Sweeney to Tegan Hugh. Tegan squared. That's a lot of Tegans. Teaming up for the touchdown. In the end, Rocky hangs on to knock off Meridian 24-21 the final. It'll be the Grizz and Mavs next week in the SIC championship game. Let's get you on over to Eagle tonight. Coach Hart's in the Mustangs hosting Centennial. We pick things up in the first quarter. Patriots go into the air here. Marcus Connors up top. Fantastic grab there by Mackay Murphy to move the chains. However, that drive would eventually stall out. Eagles going to work with a heavy dose of it on the ground. Brandon Reese with the big gain right there. Brandon's got some size for a running back. I wouldn't want to tackle him. That drive capped off with that rushing score right there from Reese, following the big beef and cheese up the middle for the tutty. Mustangs defense here, rolling up the sleeves. This is linebacker Tyler Ball having a ball. Nice TFL right there. He's fired up, deservedly so. Big play from the senior in the middle of the Mustangs defense after a punt back to the ground. This time it's Deegan Martino. Beautiful open field cutback right there. Good to see Deegan back out there healthy with his teammates. All Eagle in this one, 52-zip the final. We head on over to Donna Larson Park. Old school rivals battling tonight. Capital hosting Borah. Pick things up in the first quarter. The Eagles strike first with a little help from their special teams. A blocked field goal and a lot of green in front. All the way back for the touchdown. Wow, what a play right there. What a start to this one. Extra point, no good. Capital takes a 6-zip lead. Borah answers right back. Corbin McCarney over the middle, dialing it up with Bradley Toth, one of the best receivers in the SIC, showcasing his speed, turning on the afterburners there. 7-6, Lions in front. Later in the first half, this is Max Clark answering the bell for Capital. Little screen pass, beautifully designed, connects with Cody Walk. Cody walking into the end zone. That makes it 13-6, but get this, in the second half, Borah would rally and take this one. They knock off Capital, 24-19 the final. That is a massive win. Big congrats to Coach Kenyon and the Lions staff. Now, speaking of Donna Larson Park, last night, Skyview traveled to take on Timberline. Massive game between two teams that entered this matchup 4-3. Tied at 7 in the second quarter. Max Cutforth keeps it on the read option, makes his way over the goal line for 6. The two sides would trade punts for the rest of the period. That is, until the Wolves dialing it up late. Wade Zenner, playmaker for the Wolves at quarterback, up top. Dropping one right in the breadbasket to Anthony Bridges down the right sideline with 24 seconds left before halftime. And T-Line rallies back to take this one 38-31 for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Ian Smart led the Wolves to a winning season. Big congrats to Coach Smart and T-Line. All right, let's head down to Class 4A. More action from earlier tonight. Over at Valley, the Falcons hosting Bishop Kelly. And BK got out to an early 7-0 lead in the first half. But Valley started swinging early out of the break as well. Quick pitch and catch to pick up the first down, and Valley starts driving. The Falcons get a little greedy here, taking a chance for a long ball, but it's a pass interference call. Ooh. Coach Brennan, too pleased about it. That penalty helps the Falcons move down the field, and Valley eventually punches it through to get on the board. That's Carson Fox. What does the Fox say? Fox says, I score touchdowns. But Bishop Kelly still leads 7-6, and the Knights jab right back. Here, quarterback Hadley Smith meeting Jason Buss, hopping on the bus for a bomb down the sideline. Catch puts BK inside the 10, and the Knights take it quick to the middle. That adds some insurance to make their lead 14-6, and BK hangs on, picks up the tough road win tonight, 35-20, the final score, as the Knights improve to 6-2 on the year. Staying in Class 4A, Nampa hosting Middleton tonight on senior night. First quarter, Middleton's Ben Critchfield throwing over the middle on the quick slant to Tate Johansson, and Tate doing the rest, runs it in for the score, 7-zip. Middleton striking first. A little later in the first quarter, Nampa's Gabe Navarra throwing here to Trace Higgins, and Trace picking up the big gain, close to a first down. A few plays later, Daniel Carrillo here, pushing through for the touchdown to tie things up. This one was a wild one. In the end, Nampa scores with just seconds left, and they pick up a massive home win to improve to 4-4. Fireworks galore out in Bulldog Country tonight, 52-50 the final. A wild, wild west shootout, if you will. Moving on over to Caldwell. Ridgeview Warhawks going to battle with the Cougars this evening. Ridgeview grabbed an early 6-point lead and a chance to add more on the deep ball here, but Caldwell cornerback Colton Scheffler pulling down the interception. He's going crazy. Big play from Colton. Caldwell starts their drive with an old-fashioned QB rollout, hitting the tight end Cameron Morales, and the big fella, he is not easy to bring down. Big gain right there. The catch, picks up the first. He's also a fan favorite. Now time to uncork the long ball. Quarterback Zaylor Brugman rolling again. This time he drops an absolute dime to Teddy Lebia. Halfback Matthew Violet caps off the drive untouched into the end zone. That knocks the ball game up at 6-6. Ridgeview with possession, 4 minutes to score before halftime. A quick hit up the middle gives them the first down right there. Option now to the far side, puts the Warhawks in striking distance, driving, and finally punching it in up the middle. That's Zach Solis surging across the plane. Touchdown makes it 13-6. Ridgeview leads with the go-ahead touchdown, and they take this one, a close one, on the road, 21-20, the final. Big shout out to our guy, Andrew, for helping out, as always, on Friday Night Football, doing the dirty work after a long day of work. Beyond that, covering news. Andrew, as always, we appreciate you and the rest of our crew here on Friday Night Football. We weren't able to make it out to Emmett tonight, a little short-staffed, but a big congrats to the Huskies. They clinched their second straight 4A SIC regular season championship tonight with a 35-12 win over Columbia. Huge congrats to Coach Hargett and the rest of the Huskies coaching staff. They have done a phenomenal job these last 2 years trying to get back to that 4A state title game for the second year in a row. Senior night over at Nampa Christian. They were hosting Melba this evening. We picked things up in the second quarter. Man, I love those unis. Nampa Christian's Dane Bradshaw here. Man, he's talented running back. Picks up a gain of 14 to move the sticks. Next play, it's not broken, don't fix it. Going back to your playmaker, it's Bradshaw. Nice little gain there. A little bit later on in this drive. This is Landon Cheney connecting here through the air. Eventually, we're gonna find him connecting with Bradshaw. Getting in for the end zone. He takes it in for the touchdown, and Nampa Christian picks up the win tonight over Melba to improve to 7-1 on the season. 40-20 the final. Man, impressive season from Nampa Christian. That's going to do it for our highlights. A friendly reminder, we have plenty more of highlights online right now for you over at KTVB.com. Also want to give a quick shout out. I know I mentioned we're a little short staffed tonight. Obviously, as you can tell, no JT like we normally have up here. JT, get healthy, buddy. Real quickly, wanted to give a huge shout out to Sherm Blaser and Owyhee. The Storm pick up their first win in program history tonight to cap off senior night at home with a win over Boise. Big congrats to Coach Blaser and company. And by the way, another 5A game weren't able to make it to tonight. Mountain View goes on the road. They knock off Kuna. So a friendly reminder, next week for the SIC title game, it'll be Mountain View and Rocky Mountain. Round 2 between those two earlier this season. Those two met, came down to the wire in the end. Mountain View took down Rocky. We'll see if they can do that again next week for the SIC title game. Friendly reminder, if you missed any of our highlights, just head on over to KTVB.com. We got you covered. We'll have plenty more highlights next Friday night on Friday Night Football.